Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Muscle Car Appraisal channel. We appreciate all our viewers. And as we mentioned in a prior video, we are going to be doing a series of consumer advocate informational type videos, and today is the first in our series. We're going to be talking about what it takes to get your car repaired properly after the unfortunate experience of suffering a collision loss. We're going to have some written documentation that we want you to look up to help educate yourself as to the high-tech portion of a collision repair. With that being said, in the event that you have a collision loss to your vehicle, specifically a newer vehicle with a bunch of high-tech systems, you may have side sensing radar or distance sensing for cruise control. You may have cameras in your mirrors and a whole bunch of other things. As a matter of fact, there's a Mercedes-Benz that is so high-tech, it watches you while you drive. If the car determines that you are starting to fall asleep, the car will actually change the radio station to something more upbeat and may even alter the climate control settings to help keep you awake or waken you up. So the car's watching. Again, very high tech. So in the collision world, everything needs to function exactly as it did prior to the collision loss. Not only for appearance, you want your car to be bright and shiny, just like it was. All your door gaps, trunk gaps, hood gaps, headlights are aimed properly, even your fog lamps. But you also want the car to function exactly as it did prior to the loss. And that's some of the specifics that we're going to talk about today. There are some websites that you can visit. Most importantly, I believe, iCar.com. It is a website that can provide you with a tremendous amount of information, and they have many different sections that will be specific to your make and probably the model of your car as well. This particular printout is for what's called a position statement. It is where the manufacturer makes a statement as to their opinion as to what it takes to repair the car properly. Now, no one is going to be more knowledgeable about proper repairs for your vehicle than the actual manufacturer. There are engineers with years of experience and multi-millions worth of dollars spent in research and development on safety systems. They crash cars into barriers head on. There's an offset barrier crash test. There's a side impact test. They're testing the crashworthiness of the car. What do they need to do to help protect the occupants? Major factors in airbag deployment. There's all kinds of information that they have that we don't know about. They are the engineers, they are the designers, they are the experts. There is no one that you can trust more than your automobile manufacturer as to what it takes to repair your car properly. So again, at iCar.com, you can find a sheet like this where the automobile manufacturer lists a position statement. Here you have Fiat, Ford, General Motors, Honda, Hyundai, Jaguar, Kia, Mazda, Mercedes, Nissan, Subaru, Toyota. You can find Ford, General Motors, you can find just about anybody, as they have all made position statements as to what it takes to repair the car properly. They will have statements of accountability, parts usage, and what it takes for technology and equipment to repair the car properly, to make it safe for road use exactly like it was prior to the loss. Something may be as simple as the windshield in your car. Now, this piece of paper happens to be a position statement from Volvo on pre and post scanning. Many computer systems in cars nowadays. Volvo wants you to scan all the computers in the car prior to the vehicle's repair in the event of a collision. Just because you do not have a warning light illuminated on the dashboard does not mean that there's an issue with one of the systems in the vehicle. A deep system scan by the vehicle manufacturer or by someone qualified with the proper equipment can extract information from your car's computer system to tell you what's going on with all the sensors and all the systems. Some of the systems are so smart that they think on their own and determine whether or not a minor issue is insignificant enough to not turn the light on the dashboard. But yet, a deep system scan by the proper equipment will pick up the issue that the car is having with one of their systems. So, with that being said, Volvo has made a position statement, and it's in writing, and you really can't dispute what they say. Again, they are the experts for their particular make, and the same can be said about all the makes. So Volvo wants their cars scanned prior to the repair and scanned after the repair, so everything can be calibrated, reset, rechecked to make sure that in fact your car is safe for road use, just like it was prior to the loss. All this work costs money. So if you have an insurance claim, you're going to want to make sure that your appraiser is on board and is willing to pay for proper scanning of the car and proper repairs to the car. An appraiser should be educated and well versed in today's technology. It is constantly changing, but there are plenty of outlets for training for the appraisers to learn the technology in the cars, what it takes to monitor and repair it properly, and he should also know for the local area what the going rate is, and he should, in my opinion, be willing to pay in the appraisal to make sure that your car is not only repaired properly, but again, safe for road use after the repair. You may have bought your car because of the high-tech features and the safety in the car for your family, your occupants, your friends, whoever may be in the car with you. You want to make sure that those systems are just as safe and working just as properly as prior to your collision loss. So, go to a website like icar.com and look for the position statements from your particular manufacturer. Read as much as you can. Educate yourself. You'll be prepared when an appraiser comes to look at your car. Maybe he's coming to the house, and you can question that appraiser to make sure that he's competent enough to know what it takes for all the systems to be repaired properly. They should not be pushing you to a particular shop that they may have a backdoor deal that saves them money on certain procedures or items, or they don't charge for this and this, only for that and that. No matter what it takes per your manufacturer to repair the car properly, you want all of those procedures followed and completed, and again, you want your car to be safe. So get on the websites, read, educate yourself. Again, this Volvo statement, they even get into windshield replacement. There's cameras in the car that look through the windshield, and if the windshield is not made to manufacturer spec, that camera might not have a proper view or a proper calibration of what's going on in front of your car, and it may have a negative effect on the performance of one of the safety systems, something you don't want to happen. So again, read, educate, and advocate for yourself to get it done the right way. When you go to a body shop, interview the body shop to see if you are comfortable enough for them to repair your car. Again, not only cosmetically, but for its functionality as well. Ask them, what do they have for high-tech equipment? Do they have the big dollar scanners in their shop? Do they bring an outside source that is qualified to scan on a dealer level? Those companies do exist. Or do they just load it up and send it right off to the dealer and let the dealer scan, calculate, and recertify, and the dealer will sign their name to it that they guarantee that this vehicle is right back to factory spec just like it was prior to the loss. Ask the shop the questions. Ask them if they've had any issues with the insurance company not paying them. Have they ever not done a procedure because they were not being paid properly? And right to the point, they don't want to repair a car and run in the red on the job. They need to make money. They're a business. They're there to fix cars and make money. And they need to be properly compensated for proper repairs. Again, you can advocate for yourself and on the part of the body shop that they get paid properly to do everything properly. Once you determine a body shop that you're comfortable with, then you can move forward. And again, you can let the body shop know of your knowledge. I've been to this website, I've read this, I'm aware of that, so on and so forth. And then let the body shop advocate for you. And maybe you need to be a backup for the body shop. But the bottom line is the work needs to be done. It needs to be done properly. And there's a cost involved. And you don't want anybody to skimp on quality anywhere because somebody is trying to save money on the deal. A little talk about parts. Okay, parts. So basically in a collision repair, you have three options for parts procurement. You can buy them brand new, right from the dealer, and they'd come in a box. I mean, this one is from Toyota, Lexus. It's a Toyota Genuine Parts. There was a fender that was in this box. That fender was made by the same company that made the fender originally for Toyota that went on the car at the assembly line. So they make service parts, which is great. It's going to be made to the exact same specifications as to the fender that was put on your car on the assembly line. That's what you want for a replacement piece. Another option would be a fender from the junkyard. Saves money, and that's the target of a lot of insurance appraisers. Depending on the fender, it may be a viable part to put on your car. If it's a virgin part that was never touched, dented, or damaged or repaired, maybe it's okay to put it on the car. Maybe not. Again, put your trust in the body shop. Let them be the final ones. They have an obligation to you to repair your car properly and put you back on the road exactly like you were prior to the loss. The part from the junkyard may have been in a prior accident and it was repaired and it was repainted. So maybe they don't want to use that one. Another source could be an aftermarket part. An aftermarket part is a fender. We're going to stick to the fender thing here. The fender is made by a company other than the original equipment manufacturer. And they make what a lot of people refer to as an imitation fender. It fits the car. It has the proper contours and it looks like the fender, but it may actually weigh less than the original factory fender. The composition of the materials utilized to make that fender may be different. Maybe the bracing, the welding, the fit may not be exactly like the OEM fender. In the position statements that we mentioned before, you're going to be able to find one that specifies something about sheet metal. And there isn't a manufacturer out there that says, sure, great, fine, no problem. Use an aftermarket fender. It's going to be just fine for your car. There's not one of them out there that has that position statement. As a matter of fact, they're all exactly the opposite. they say to use the original, genuine manufacturer's parts. That is what is best for your car in many different respects. Again, you can talk to your body shop. Ask them, what kind of luck have you had with the aftermarket parts? One of the big factors is airbag deployment. The millions upon millions of dollars that goes into research for proper airbag deployment. They deploy right to the millisecond based on a lot of different parameters, one of which is the crush rate of the sheet metal of the car. So if you're in a front end collision and your front end starts to collapse, there's airbag sensors that determine a whole bunch of different things. And they send a signal and your airbag deploys. If it goes off too early, you stand the chance of becoming more injured than you would if it went off at the exact proper time. If it goes off too late, same situation, you may become more injured than if it went off exactly as intended. Again, right to that millisecond. So you want everything to be as good as it possibly can be. So again, look at your manufacturer's position statement. Go on to a website called CAPA, C-A-P-A, certified.org. It's .org. They will list their testing procedures. And it's a great website. And it's got a great background. And everything sounds fine and dandy. But find a manufacturer that says that these aftermarket parts, even though they're CAPA certified, are proper to put on your car after a collision loss. I haven't found one yet. If you happen to find one, please let me know. I've been a licensed appraiser for well over 30 years here in the state of Connecticut. And in all my years of research and my years of estimating after a collision loss, I haven't found anything that is any better than what the manufacturer makes, nor have I found anything to be the exact equivalent. For these aftermarket companies to take a brand new car, strip the original factory parts off, put their sheet metal on the car, and then test it, again, crash test it into a barrier, center impact, an offset barrier, to determine when the airbag went off. Oh, by the way, the airbag information, that's proprietary to the manufacturer. They're not going to let out all the information for their millions of dollars of research. So again, the aftermarket replacement parts just are not up to snuff according to the original manufacturer of your vehicle. They want genuine quality parts. So again, and I know I'm repeating myself, but get on the websites, read, learn, be your own advocate. There is nobody that can control the repair of your car more than yourself. You can work in concert with the body shop to make sure that they are paid properly to repair the car properly, so it is just as safe as it was prior to the loss. It really doesn't matter the manufacturer of the car. Here's something from Toyota about glass replacement requirements. It's an update. This came from the iCar site. So again, that iCar site is very valuable for information. Go there, cruise around, find your particular make, and read, and educate. And you should be able to advocate for yourself and make sure that your car is properly repaired.
Muscle Car Appraisal thanks you for watching our video. Please subscribe to our channel. Please like our video and hit the bell notification. And once again, we thank you for looking at our video. Have a great day.